everyone, welcome back to Stomp and Shred Mountain Bike. So today we're going to be comparing a kid's hardtail versus a full suspension bike, and we're going to be looking at all the differences that these two have. Alright, so the main difference is obviously the hardtail having no rear suspension and the full suspension having back suspension. Now this definitely changes the geometry of the bike, as the space in between the top and the bottom is more, so it needs space for the shock. As you can see, there's much less space on the hardtail. The second difference is that the full suspension has proper air suspension that you can compress and adjust and put air into, whereas the kid's hardtail is just a normal suspension that doesn't require air. Another big difference is the gears. So the gears, you can actually see the numbers, whereas on a full suspension you can't, as this takes up less weight, and they're more aimed at adults, so they don't need the numbers. That leads me to the derailleurs. So this derailleur, the front derailleur on the kid's hardtail, has 3 gears, whereas on the full suspension it doesn't have any derailleur or gears. Although the full suspension does make up that with a bigger cassette, being around 10 to 12 speed. As you can see, the kid's hardtail cassette has a much smaller cassette and has less gears on it, being around 7 to 8. There are a couple of smaller details, like the kid's hardtail has a bell and some reflectors on the handlebars and the wheels, whereas the full suspension bike has none, just to save weight. So most modern bikes, full suspension, have a dropper seat post, which helps with doing cross country. And the kid's hardtail just usually has a quick release seat, not a dropper or a multi-tool, because it's easy to use for kids. As you can see, or you may not be able to, but the full suspension bike has much bigger brakes than the small kid's hardtail brakes, which means the full suspension has more braking power. The kid's hardtail usually has plastic pedals for kids that are learning, and the full suspension has metal pedals. The wheel size for the full suspension can be either 27.5 or 29, or even both. And for the kid's hardtail, the wheels are generally 27.5 or a bit smaller. And last but definitely not least, the tyres. As you can see, these tyres are quite thick, but compared to the kid's hardtail tends to have skinnier tyres. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a like and subscribe and share it to some of your friends. I'll see you next time on Stomp and Shred.